Yes, people, welcome back to another content. John Sinclair TV back again on the Sunday afternoon, which is our balmy weather here in Bristol. And I've got Brad with us. Brad, good afternoon, mate.
Afternoon. How's things?
Yeah, things are fine,
Good.
apart from the green screen sort of thing. I got off today, so I've decided I'm
Yeah.
going to mix it a little bit and just go from there, mate. So, yeah, so how's things for you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Nice, chilled Sunday.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a lovely day, sort of thing. I thought I'd do this content now because I've got an early night tonight, so I just thought I'd get you in. So, yeah, guys, if you like the video, like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you like to super chat, click on the dollar sign. If you also like to be a member, then just click on the join button as well. Also, do follow Brad, BP in capitals _NEFC on his Twitter, which I forgot to put in the link as well. So if you wonder where it is, that is what it is. Right, we're going to talk about goalkeepers who will be linked with to cover out or to replace Martin Dubravka for the new season. Eddie Howe wants a new goalkeeper, and he's after that because the ones we've got, Freddie Woodman could be on his way to Preston, Cardallo could be on his way to Labora. And we definitely need a goalkeeper 110%, and that's what we need. So before we do that, I'll go through some comments as well. We got to Claren, Gavin Bastunu, Premier League quality. Yes, don't know a lot about this keeper, but I know he's a public number one, and also he plays for Man City. But apparently, according to Mason, he could be off to Southampton. When that's going to be, I don't know. But big up to Brian Scott. Big up to you, Brian. So I've got mods as well. So if Mod's here, then he knows exactly what to do. First, we're going to talk about, I don't know, there's goalkeepers you might not have heard of, but I'm going to start with, if I can pick it up, as Roberto Sanchez. He plays for Brighton. We got a transfer market on this guy for 12.6 million. He's a Spanish national as well, and he's booked by the national. And also, he's been linked with us, and it's going to command around about 50 million quid. Now, he's the guy that got sent off against us as well, and also got sent off against Liverpool when he took out Luis Diaz. So, Brad, I don't know a lot about this goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, and he plays for Brighton. What do you think of him?
I think it's been a pretty solid keeper. I think Brighton are quite happy with him being their sort of number one keeper for I believe at least the last couple of seasons. Yeah, I think from what I've seen, he's prone to some mistakes, but seems like in sort of Premier League standards, he's can hold his own in sort of the top 10. I would have thought as a performing keeper, so it would certainly give us competition for Dubravka, which is something that we certainly need to do in the upcoming season. So, but then again, the transfer fee they probably asked for would be quite a hefty one. So we'd have to be sure of him as a future long term number one to spend that kind of money on him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been sent off once, not twice, by the way. I do apologise. And look at this record as well. Transfer market stats. He has made 37 appearances for the Seagulls and conceded 42 goals. Then he's 11 clean sheets, 3 yellow cards, and a sending off against us, of course. And if you look at the starting 11, 97% being a number one, starting in games, and he completed 97 minutes, and then he's made 25% off the penalty saves. Yep. So this guy is absolutely brilliant, and I do rate him. And he brings the ball out from the back as well. He plays with his feet. He is a Spanish international, but only made one cap. And you know what? I think Dan Ashworth knows him at Brighton. So let's be real. I think he must know about him. And if he had a choice, I think he probably advised Eddie to go and get his goalkeeper.
Yep. Yeah, so, definitely. If we can, certainly would be silly not to have him on the radar as one of the potential options. So it's all just going to depend on the transfer fee, I imagine, whether Brighton are willing to negotiate sensibly and put a price on the table for him.
Yeah, I mean the quote is they want around. Tony Bloom He's saying that he's worth 50 million quid, between 40 and 50 million quid. He's a tough negotiator. And this is the thing. When you go for buy a player from an English club, then they're going to charge you a lot of money. It's as simple as that. And that's the way it's going to be. And it's going to be tough. But are Newcastle willing to pay that sort of money when Martin Dubravka can just do a brilliant job? But Eddie Howe knows he needs another goalkeeper. He knows that. And yes, it's going to be very interesting.
Yep, definitely.
So big up to Cap as well. And hello, John. Mate, hope you get great, mate. Absolutely fine. Seems a bit quiet today as well. Big up to Brian. And he's John here now. Adam P's just uploaded. I checked that after this. Yeah. Adam's pretty good. Adam on my channel last week. In my opinion, Gavin Basuma is good. One of the best goalkeepers in the world. And he's still young as well, by the way. So let's hope that is the case. And let's hope for your case you could be right, Kieran. And free medicals today for free keepers. Whoever turns up first with me, my sources say, listen, if you go medicate, there's no medicals today. I said yesterday that I'm not going to be piping up. If people would go on there and just say, look, we've got this player, we've got that player, there's going to be a medical here and there today, right? I'll let them carry on, do you know what I mean? I respect them for what they're doing. If something I wouldn't do on my channel, Brad, I would just say, look, I'd rather do it when it's totally confirmed. I mean, I do like transfer updates as well, as you know, and then I will make a decision whether they're going to come or not.
Yep, exactly. So we'll take it as it comes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there'll be much movement until going into next week. I imagine there'll be some movement towards the middle back end, but anyone who's sort of guessing now, just making it up, really. So something probably is going to happen this week, but
yeah,
I don't think anyone really knows what. So we'll just wait and see.
Oh, that's the case, sort of thing, like, you know. But there's still plenty of time. There's going to be players going to come in, but in my opinion, I'm just going to sit back and relax and just go from there. And that's what we can do. That's what we can do.
There's nothing we can do about it to change their mind. What's going to happen is going to happen. End of the day.
Absolutely. How are you doing, John? With Docker, I hope you find schools. He's from Wales. He's a great guy, and I see he's in nearly every day. Well, I do me deliveries as well. And hello, Brad. Also, YouTube. He has got YouTube, I'm afraid, and which is capital BP _ NUFC. So you do that will, and they'd be so happy if I use this back. And big up to Steve. I'd love to get him on my channel soon, like, because I haven't spoken to him for ages and ages, man. And Lafont for me, we're going to come on to him in a bit. And we're going to go on to Andrew. Big up to Andrew, big United fan. I think he's a United fan. Fellas, as much as I would love you to take Henderson offers, there's no better option for you out there than Nick Pope. The thing is, right, with Nick Pope, he's a decent keeper, but he just does not play the ball out from the back. He just doesn't play with his feet, lad.
No, it's I think that's one thing that Eddie's looking for in a goalkeeper. So is that potentially why we've backed out the deal? Possibly so, but there'll be so, you know, the names out there, like I think Yann Sommer from Mönchengladbach was mentioned. So he's obviously looking for that certain style of a goalkeeper that's gonna have that particular good on the ball, distribution skills, etc. And then providing that challenge to Dubravka at present. So yeah, that's I think that potentially Nick Pope's sort of potentially could fall foul of that's the similar chance as well of not being the top sort of ball playing goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. Absolutely. Top goalkeeper. Big up to Gareth for where I've got. Hi to Gareth. Hi to James. Hope you're okay, mate. Love to get Karen Navas, Fons Ter Stegen. Yeah. Any other keepers you like to go for? Just leave the comments down there, and then we can talk about them as well. That's the most overrated element for keeper. Keep the ball out and exactly.
I think.
Go on. Come on.
But I think a lot of them now. The majority of keepers are good shot stoppers. I think it's the other stuff that sets you apart of sort of the more world-class keepers, I think, in my opinion anyway. I think if you sort of go with your ball and the distribution, all them other things, it takes you to that next level rather than just being a shot stopper. I think there's a lot of keepers out there who can give you that. And I think you've got to have that really, or you wouldn't be in the top leagues in Europe if you didn't have that as a start. But then it's the other elements to your game that that gets you towards the sort of the top keepers that everyone's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good afternoon, peeps. Hope you well. Click the like, subscribe, and maybe even join too. That's Jules. Big up to Jules, one of my mods. Thank you so much indeed. And like I said, would you pay 50 million for Robert Sanchez for It's gone. Hello.
You're back.
Yeah, you're back. Sorry about that. So, would you take Robert Sanchez?
Not for 50 million. No, yeah,
bit too much. I say it's a bit too much. I say because it's just we don't spend all our budget, 50 million quid on one keep, that sort of thing. I don't think all of us are willing to spend that sort of money, I'm afraid. But we're gonna have to back on what we want to do. So I would say for me, I mean, I'll probably, if I take him, yes, I would. Would I take him? Would I pay the money? I wouldn't. I just wouldn't pay that sort of money at all whatsoever, because it is a lot of money as well. So we could go into the next keeper. I don't know, a lot of people's heard of him, but I heard him lots and lots and lots. I'll get this one up. It's going to be Alban Lafont. And he plays his club football for Nantes. He used to be at Fiorentina, and there he is. I'll get one shared. Yes, I've got it shared. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's Alban Lafont. He plays for Nantes. He is a French under-21 international. He was a French under-21 international. He's 6'5". He used to play for Fiorentina. And this season, he has made 38 appearances, did 48 goals, and clean sheets, 8 of them. Got booked 3 times. And if he's on 11, he's been played every single game for his club and played every single minute. And his penalty saves, it's 43%. So this guy is a fantastic shot stopper. Strasbourg Steve knows a lot about this guy. And I tell you what, I mean, I think since he left Fiorentina, which he wasn't quite with Italian, I just think he just gets better and better and better. This guy, 3 years of age, and since he went back to France, I just think he got better. And they are willing to sell him, but we're talking about 20 to 30, 25 million pound mark. I don't know how much. I don't even know a lot about this keeper. I don't think you do, mate.
No, not a huge deal. But from what I've heard, he's certainly someone who's going to be on being on our radar, I would imagine, and certainly for the fee that they would ask for, is probably pretty reasonable, taking into consideration his age and sort of the stats he's got to back his CV up so far in his career. Sometimes, like you say, it just takes that move away and back home again that sort of triggered him and kickstarted his career. So yeah, it certainly should well, if it's not, it should be certainly up our priority list of someone to look into. And if we can get him sort of around the £20 million mark, it would probably be a bargain, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be a snip at 20 million quid, but he wants to be a number one because he wants to be in the French national team as well. But I don't think he'd be a French number one, unfortunately, because Mike Maignan is the number one French keeper, plays at AC Milan, but he has played 103 games for the French side, and he's been on the 2-year loan, then he got signed permanent as well. And like I said, I watched him a couple of times. He ran a match against PSG. He had a 10 out of 10. And he also saved a penalty as well. So look, this guy's no mug. He plays well from the back. He's quick. He's dynamic, and his passing ability from the back as a goalkeeper is just absolutely fantastic. And I'm a big fan of this guy. And a lot of people haven't heard of him. I mean, Andrew Dodd's heard of him. I've heard of him lots because I used to watch him. So he's got potential, and he's just still a young keeper. He's better for me. But
and I think,
guys, go on.
I think another key element as well we need is someone who can control sort of controlling the defense and being vocal and getting things in line, commanding your area, like Dubravka's really good at. So eventually, when we do make that transition to the to a fresh number one. If he can take on them, certainly needs to take on them same sort of responsibilities.
Yeah. What I like about his keeper, like I say, he's 6'5" and he's really, really slim as well. And he's not bulky in a way, but you know what it is? I just think he's 23. He's not going to be like 33. I mean, I'll look at him. I think, you know what? I'll be happy spending 20 million on this goalkeeper. But me personally, I don't think you have a problem if him playing the number 2 behind Dubravka. I think he's brilliant behind Dubravka. So when Dubravka eventually goes, then I think take over. I think this guy would be absolutely fantastic for us.
Yep.
And then I've got some more comments. Big up to Jules, by the way. One of them are hi to you, mate. Hope you're okay. Big up to Mansell and both fine. And hi to as well to Choose again. So Jules, we need more goals from the rest of the team. I need a goal scorer and not DCL. And that's a fair comment. And big up to Nippon as well. Big up to you, mate. And I saw that tweet on the DM. I feel that's absolutely shocking. Whoever did that, it's wrong. Absolutely shocking. So 20 million quid. Would you pay that sort of money for him?
Yeah, definitely. I think 20 million and get a fair, all things considered, probably a steal, really. Someone with great potential, and looking at sort of ideally, if we can get someone settled in the next couple of years who can stay in that number one position for like the next 5-6 seasons after that, then I think that's what we'll be looking for. And if we can, if someone like Lafont can do that for us, then we'll struck gold, especially at a small fee like 20 million.
Yeah, I think 20 million is not a lot of money these days for a player, if I'm honest with you. But you know what it is? I mean, we definitely need one because you're going to lose 2 keepers and just deemed not good enough for me. I mean, Darlow needs to be moved on. And also Freddie Woodman, we played a couple more games. He was way out of his depth at Premier League level, unfortunately. I can't lie, because at the end of the day, we've got to be truthful to him. And I don't think he's good enough. I really don't. So
I don't. Yeah, he had the chance. Like I say, he had the chances start of last season. Probably not under the best circumstances, under a bit of pressure, but he did look visibly unnerved at some stages and didn't quite look like he belonged in the number one. Well, that's sort of the starting goalkeeper position for us. So probably the best thing to move him on to a championship side, and then best for all parties, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up to Nippon again. We're calling sure we'll be back. Will I get enough people to come on? That's why I did it. I only had 2 or 3. That wasn't really enough, but I need to do it in advance. But I know that I definitely it's no question about that. Why would we look for a keeper when goals can be? Well, mate, listen, we definitely need a goalkeeper to come for the backup because Darlow and Woodman's going to be on their way. And probably Gillespie, so it's going to be a recognised goalkeeper in the backup. We need another quality keeper to keep him on his toes. But yes, we do need a goal scorer, and that's for another day. And for him, 20 million, yes, definitely. Big up to Brian again, big up to Truls. And we seem to forget subs next year. We still have to not be good enough, in my opinion. Yeah, I totally agree. 100. Next, we're going to go on to any keepers that you want to be after to help to cover the backer. Then if you've got your own choice, just leave in the comments below. We chat about them as well, people. So chat, think of a keeper who's going to be good enough. We've got one as well for Yann Sommer from Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he's 33 years old, Swiss international goalkeeper as well. And we've got a transfer at 4.5 million. Could be a lot more than that because I still think this keeper is absolutely damn brilliant.
Yep. Yeah, it's been a tough season for Mönchengladbach, in fairness, but I think he's proved over the last certainly last 5 or 6 years that he's a top class goalkeeper. More like, certainly in his age, and certainly the only thing obviously is he's 33, coming up 34 midway through next season, so it's essentially puts us in the same position for like future. He's not a future prospect, but he's going to provide that competition over the next couple of years, definitely. So it's an option, but whether we go for that and then look for something else in the upcoming couple of years, I don't know. But yeah, it's certainly certainly wouldn't. I don't think it would let us down.
No, and he plays wide on the back as well. He's 6 foot. Not the biggest of keepers, by the way. I can't lie. They finished 10th in the Bundesliga last season. He conceded 60 goals, but if it hadn't been for him, I think Russia would have been in big trouble. But as the stats shows it, 33 appearances, that's 97% of the starting, but 60 goals conceded, 5 clean sheets, 2 yellow cards, and 97 minutes on percentage, and also 40% of penalty saves as well. So he can take penalty save as well. And he spends all his time playing Swiss and German, and he's got 74 caps for his country. And this guy, I still think he's got it. A different challenge will be absolutely fantastic. And I think this guy, if he comes in, I think he'd be a brilliant backup for Dubravka as well.
Yeah.
And we'll see in that one. So we'll see take on that one. What can he do? So number one, Fabian Schär might have a word of him or two about the club as well. He'd probably love coming to Newcastle. I don't know how long his contract's up for. I really don't know, but it can't be that long. But I think he's got 1 year left on his contract.
End of next season. Yeah, so could be a cut price deal to be done if the player wants to move. Wants a challenge for couple of 2 or 3 seasons before he ends his career coming to the Premier League, then it would be a good deal for both parties, and he can certainly more than capable backup, but he can fill in that number one spot more than capably. A well-established international player. If we need him, for example, if Dubravka picks up an injury that keeps him out for 3 or 4 months, we've got no worries that this guy can step in and do the job.
Absolutely. He hardly gets injured anyway. I mean, he played 33 appearances, only missed 1 game in the Bundesliga all season. And he has won things as well with the club, and he's played Champions League with them as well. And he's so agile and he's so quick as well. And he just plays back really well. He's comfortable. And then when he gets pressed, he gets out of tight situations as well. And we got to Yann too. So, so would you take the money? Would you sign around about, say, £1 million? Would you take him?
Yeah, definitely. Around the sort of estimated figure that the market value, sort of like set between 3 and 5 million. I'm sure that something could be done for that if the players are interested in making a move. Then I'm sure sort of it's a sort of a good value. I would imagine that at that sort of price, despite his age, he'll still be sticking around for 2 or 3 seasons at least. So it's certainly worth outlaying that sort of money for someone, even though it's not a long-term option. But yeah, it would certainly be someone more than capable of slotting into our squad. Anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. Good words. For me, well, I'd take him. If I open the papers in the morning and said they've got a goalkeeper and Yann's name's there, I wouldn't have a problem at all. So we got Foxy here as well. First choice would be for who could be signed cheap with them in Serie B and the Brazilian League. Lafont, Diogo Costa, good backup options. Ramirez and Del Valle of Ecuador would be the one for the future. I sign them too. There are good names there as well, and quality keepers. I don't know a lot about Beno though. I really don't. Diogo Costa, it'd be a lot of money from Porto. You look at 60 million quid, and it is absolutely ridiculous, man. I mean, keepers going for around 50, 60, 70 million quid. I mean, Alban set the standard though, Brad. And it costs around about close to 67 million quid. So if they can get 67 million quid for a goalkeeper, I'm sure clubs like Brighton, clubs like others as well will probably go for, even Brighton would probably ask about 50, 60 million quid.
Oh yeah. That's the way it is. I mean, if there's any, certainly age comes into a huge consideration in contract situation, obviously, but the way that those kind of players are sitting, the clubs can sit back and put that sort of price tag on them and know that if someone wants them, they're gonna have to pay top dollar, or else they'll stay where they're at.
Absolutely. I mean, that's basically saying this: you money talks, you pay the money. But when you go for big money, we just don't fork out. We don't get ripped off. So, well, might be rich, but we're not acting just yet. Diogo Costa is one of the scouts who comes with a big price tag from Porto. He's 22 and he's an amazing keeper. And this is why I don't think Newcastle is going to pay that sort of money whatsoever. It's a shame, but we've got to be realistic when it comes to transfer dealings as well. We're building a team. You have 32-year-old keeper. Why is another old keeper? Makes no sense. That's from Jules. Listen, Yann Sommer is a decent goalkeeper. He can play the ball at the back. And some of these under 30 still got it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
But goalkeepers can go until they're 40, by the way. Yeah. But it is what it is. Watching Wales on 21 for Holland. And God, it was a bad game. Botman's not that great from what I saw, and he's very slow. We're coming to Botman later in a bit, guys. Yeah, we are going to come back to him in a bit. And Sanchez or so on the stage. Talk about Yann Sommer. Answer for centre middle for Roma. Yes, he did, and that's why Brighton claimed, you know what, 20 million for this keeper, by the way. But he only played one team in the Spanish side, which is amazing. There's other keepers I would have gone for, like Diogo Costa. He'd be a lot of money as well. He's a decent keeper as well, and there's some quality keepers around as well. I like that Mike Maignan as well for Milan. They ain't going to happen anytime soon. They probably get back 60 million for this keeper. We're not going to get him anytime soon. But out of the few keepers I mentioned, Roger Sanchez, Yann Sommer, and Alban Lafont. Out of those three, I'll probably have to go with, and this could be a surprise. I'd love to get Sanchez in as well, but Brighton will probably not sell him to us anyway. But we'll probably have to go for Lafont or probably Yann Sommer.
I think there's David Raya from Brentford as a good keeper as well, but his situation, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the price tag or his willingness or desire to leave Brentford at the minute. Not too sure. But certainly,
that's a good shout.
Certainly a good keeper.
That is a very good shout there, by the way, because a lot of people want this keeper. He's 6 foot, and he's been with Brentford for this is 4th season at Brentford as well. And he is an absolutely fantastic keeper. He's a super keeper, by the way. He's adaptable in his feet. He can play it from the back and help recover the space from behind. Not only that, and he plays line as well. So, he passes the ball more than 300 times. That is not about 500 times at the back. And I'll tell you something, he is a decent goalkeeper. He really is.
Yeah.
And it's excuse me, he's a Spanish international as well. And this guy, I tell you what, he can do play keep at a higher level as well. I think it'd be decent for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Got one from Liverpool bought some for over 60 mil. Why can't we not in the same league of money? Because they make less money than all the top teams that they use comp money and sells. And he'll say, Raya, sure, look at the keepers. We are linked to a few of them, a 6'6" Sanchez, Costa, 6'4".
Yeah, 6 foot.
Yeah, 6'4", he is. And look, at the end of the day, right? I mean, you got to believe in these people. We need a goalkeeper if the money is right. We need a striker if the money is right. We need players if they fit right. It fits in the team. Simple as that. And got KT as well. Big up to Mr. Sinclair. How's it going? Jay, hope you're fine. Both of you, both having a good weekend as well. Tune Army, richest club in the world. We are indeed. Let's go over as well. And let's have a look at this one as well. Foxy, Liverpool signed Anderson 56.25 million. A bit cheaper as well. And click that like, share to socials. And thank you very much to Julie as well. Jules, I think she's lovely. Met her before. She's lovely. And she's just amazing. So, yeah, but go back to David Raya. How much it'd be worth in the transfer market today?
I'm not sure, to be honest. If I was just throw one out there, I think maybe 20, 30 million, possibly, in the ball, around that sort of area. I would have thought, but it all depends how the player himself, whether he wants to leave and what situation Brentford are in terms of contract to be able to command that sort of fee. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have to agree because you never
He
know.
could be
We
out of
could make
contract.
an offer. Cool. Well, I think he's got 1 year left on his contract with Vaughan, 1 or 2 years left. But they don't tell us these days, don't they? But when they do sign a player, they say it's long-term contracts, don't they, all the time? And no one knows how it is. And yeah, again, we've got to wait and see what happens on that. But there are some decent keepers out there. That Liverpool, is it Kiriga, that Liverpool keeper and the backup keeper? He's not going to know anytime soon. He's a decent keeper, by the way, the public violent keeper as well. Guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then you know exactly what to do. Please hit the like, subscribe, and get those button clicked on as well, which would be fantastic. If you'd like to be a member, click on the join button. If you've got a super chat, then click on just give what you can, and that would be absolutely brilliant. It helps us out. Thanks so much indeed. When you come back to Newcastle, that'll be up in August. But we've got a pre-season friendly against Atalanta and Atletico Bilbao. We got to play those two.
Atlanta, 2 days in a row.
That'd be a good game. If I get time off, then I'll probably do it. And if I don't, then I'll be doing a watch along here if I can get the links as well. If they allow us the links, by the way. So keep your eyes peeled for that, Keith and Jonathan. That'd be brilliant. And why can't we do that? If all the world's richest team, Liverpool, signed him from Lot, and they signed Fabinho a lot and Van Dijk for 75 million. They didn't worry about the cost. They just found what they needed. Totally agree. And anyway, and Truls got to go. And I'll speak to you later, Truls. And take care, mate. Big up to our new member, Jay Sweet. Thanks so much indeed. And everything's saying about the Truls, I think he's got us dinner on the go, I bet. I could be wrong on that. But I want to come back on to Sven Botman. Any keepers you want to have at your club, just please leave in the comments. And also leave in the live chat as well. Sven Botman, again, has been linked in the headlines. I mean, look, people say he's agreed a deal, and AC Milan's pulled out of the deal. So what's your take on it on Sven Botman?
It's looking... I'm just hoping that by the end of next week, we've just got an answer one way or the other, whether we've signed him or not, because it seems as if Milan have distanced themselves from doing the deal now. So if it looks like he's wanting to join us now, something could be done this week with a bit of luck. But I think I'm hoping that's where it's going to go. But in terms of his abilities, I think we've talked. He's going to be certainly a huge prospect over the next 10 years. So if we can get him as part of our setup and bring him along for the journey as one of them key defensive players, then it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people say they got Diogo's coming out and said that Sven Botman's terrible last night. He also said that he'd rather take Bremer as well from Torino as well, which I believe AC Milan are going to go after because he's a cheaper buy. It'd be worth about 25 million quid. And he's Brazilian. He's got absolutely no work permit at all whatsoever. He's not played any caps for Brazil. But, I'd say, for example, we lose the race for Botman to Milan. That's a big gift, by the way. Do you know what? I'd take Bremer. I think this guy is absolutely brilliant. He's quick. He's got pace. He can tackle. And he can play it out from the back. And I tell you something, right? I mean, he plays on a back three with two. Can he do it at a back four? That'd be very interesting. I believe this guy can. I really can. And I've got one for Mansour. You need to stop saying the club won't pay these fees for players for PIF. Just pay to go for 130 million each to play in the LIV group. So they've got no problem shell out the money, mate. What I'm trying to say is, mate, right? I mean, I respect you what you're saying, but at the end of the day, right? I mean, they didn't want to pay the 6 million for Diogo Costa. Yeah, already found out 60 million quid. Apparently, I mean, I could be wrong, but he must walk away. But it'd be very interesting to see if they go back for him. But eventually, these people are not going to get him off. Bad.
Yeah, I think the key is that the money's there, but we go about it in the right way. And obviously, we've got financial restrictions to abide by. Not that that's going to be a problem, but Just need to make sure that the players we are buying, it's the right deal at the right time, and we're not seen to be overpaying what we think's. But in fairness, we're doing the right research and going for the right players, then the negotiations, if they get to a stage, they're going to want to join the club or they're not. And if they're going to quote or mess around with us, we'll just go elsewhere or just move on. So we're not going to be in a position where we're just throwing money around for the sake of it, because that'll just do us no favors in the long term. So despite what we've got, we just need to make sure that just means we've fortunately got the cushion of being able to spend if we need to, but we're only going to spend relative to what the player is and the value and the potential it's going to bring to our side, or else we're certainly not going to be throwing money at people just for the sake of it to bring them in, because one, we need to make sure that it's the right type of player for the team as well. So
yeah. I mean,
so,
that's
there's
very
a few
true.
things at play.
I mean, you don't want to walk away sort of thing, but they were, if you don't mess about, like I'm amazed you did walk away from the Botman. But look, at the end of the day, I know people are saying that it's decent. People are saying that it's too slow for the Premier League. But listen, Stan wasn't quick. He knew how to defend properly. Simple as that. And we need, like I said, Mansfield, respect your position. Respect you, mate, for your comments there. But we'll see what happens, mate. So can I ask you, John? Botman has shown no defensive talent in the Champions League. I want to know how these people think he's good. I agree with Foxy. It's not all that. Fair comment. Disagree about height. Some amazing small keepers over the years. Henry Guita, one of the best South American keepers of all time. Schmeichel, not the tallest, but one of the keepers is last year's. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's not all about the height. It's all about the very high, 6 foot. Decent keeper. I think he's a decent keeper as well from Brentford. Yeah, Sommer, decent keeper, 6 foot. There's a couple of 5'10", 5'11", so absolutely amazing as well. Iker Casillas was great over 5 years in Madrid as well. Yes, he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant as well. Casillas is 6'1", and look at this one as well. Botman finished 10th in League One. If they had a bad season, why are they drifting? Often so much that he's not playing in Europe next season. And Brad, what to be linked with player-wise, it ain't improved for a player better than Bruno. Do you have something to say about
that? I think some of it as well, the people that we're signing, we've got to understand that the players, whatever we think they are now, they're not gonna just stay the same. They're gonna improve under this team and the management that we've got. So you can bring somebody in, and in a couple of years' time, they can be completely different to what you thought they were. People like Trippier, for example, we're buying him because we know what we're going to get from him. We're bringing him in for a certain purpose. Then we know like that. But then you're looking at people like bringing in Botman, for example, and there's probably any other young goalkeepers or that sort of thing that we're looking at. We know that we're going to work with them and bring them onto a new level. And Premier League's, it's going to be adapting for a new league for a lot of people, a lot of players anyway. So you've got that as well. So it's just giving it the time, and just to, for example, see what's already happened with some of the players that we had and weren't performing very well. And then when Eddie came in, look at the difference. So sometimes it's not as simple as straightforward to judge a player at present or at a certain club, because it can always completely change under a new club, new fans, new management, all that sort of thing. So sometimes it just takes that change for a player to click. So if I can say for that, I think even Bruno, I don't think people would have been so expected for what he's came in and done right off the bat in the 6 months that he's been here. So I would just say give all the players that we bring in a chance, not necessarily judge them by the name or what they've done before. That's what I would say on that, really.
100%. I mean, always give them a season to sort themselves out, and after that, and then see what happens in the second season, then make a decision after that. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't write them off. There's one player I wrote off, before he came to Newcastle. That's the first time I've done it. It's Emil Kraft. Because at the end of the day, right, I mean, I said to people, right, that he's not good enough for Newcastle United. I got slayed, and that was proved right up until a couple months ago. And since then, he's done really well. I think he's improved a lot. I think he's sorting South Roots, and
exactly.
You know what?
Fair play. Fair play to the guy. I don't think anyone could have anyone could have had anything to say against you for having that judgment when he sort of that comment when he joined the club. Based on he wasn't setting the world on fire at Bologna, was he? So no, but he came in and don't get us wrong, under Bruce he had some really poor times, but so did the majority of our other players. But now you look at him, he's a really solid Premier League fullback. He's so it just shows you what can do in time. So it's just there's not much football's a game sometimes. Things can change depending on the circumstances, and it's just a whole lot of different things. Obviously, Eddie and the owners coming in have had a huge change on our majority of our squad. So that's only going to be a good thing for similar young players coming in the league. We'll give them the best possible opportunity to be able to hit the ground running and get there quicker than what sort of Eddie's job was to try and undo a lot of the things that had been set into these players. But now he's got a chance to it's a clean slate when the player joins the club and it starts as you mean to go on sort of thing. So I think we've got certainly in safe hands bringing players into the Premier League and helping them settle and adapt as quickly as we can.
Well said. Absolutely. Got to big up to Alex, by the way, one of the coolest guys in the chat as well. I always got to say that to him because he doesn't get flustered as well. And we do love Alex, by the way. I'd love to get Alex on for all that sort of thing, talk about stats as well. Like Graham for AFTV do like the tactics and stats as well. He's in, by the way, but Alex is well up there as well. Botman in 45 minutes versus Wales, 54 out of 59 passes, 9 out of 12 for long balls. Young player can learn and compete Dan Burn. But not linked to Bremer, even though it's very good. Botman isn't slower than Dan Burn. Absolutely. Give him a chance. Man. Shay Gibbon wasn't that tall. It's fantastic keeper. He's 6 foot, by the way. I thought Bruno was the standard of why proven youth and Brad. I agree. We haven't improved youth staff. That you can't train letting another player yet. Take your word. We'll change it. Big up. Big up to Peter as well. Andre Onana is a goalkeeper. Yes, he is. And I'll tell you what as well.
Is he out of contract?
He's out of contract and he's not on this is off to Inter Milan on a 4-year deal.
Oh,
so
right.
Milan. So and Lille was joined 7th for goals and conceded in League One. Lille's issue was scores. Has finished 12th for goals scored with 48 goals. So yeah, there you go. And big up to Toon again, everyone in the chat. Appreciate that, my guy. Also, Bremer on Nixon's just a few weeks ago. And there's a lot of rumours. He's top of Nixon's list for centre back. He's going off to, it looks like he's going to go to AC Milan. He's been linked to AC Milan as well. But I don't think he's going to leave Italy at this stage. Aqua, linked with a 12 million sale from Lyon. Would he not be a bad shot? I tell you something, it'll be good. Yeah. I take it.
Yeah, I was surprised that I seen that a couple of weeks ago that they were looking to sort of touting him out to various clubs, and that was a sort of figure that they were looking for. So I think if I'm not wrong, was Arsenal not around that looking around him? Was it maybe a couple of seasons ago now for about 30 or 40 million? So, and that didn't quite work out. So
no,
certainly he's probably one of them people that you think it's a good enough sort of at that money. He's worth a chance in the Premier League, and he's going to cut it, or he's not in it. But I think it's worth a shot for that sort of fee for somebody. Probably won't be us, I imagine, but
absolutely. I mean, yeah, he's linked about 34 million quid, Link, and I don't know what happened to that. I think Leon didn't want to sell at the time, but he gets a lot of injuries, by the way. But I tell you something, he will not be a bad shout for Newcastle if you get him. 12 million quid, 1 year left on his contract. I tell you something, that's an absolute bargain, yeah. But I think you're going to be after Paqueta. But if you don't get Paqueta this season, then we need to move on as well, because we definitely need another midfielder as well. And we'll see on that one. Botman's a good player, definitely not bad. I just personally prefer other defenders to him with a bit of pace. Too similar to share, in my opinion. Botman and Tomori at Milan would better fit than him. I like Tomori. Tomori will be a dream signing for us. If he's available at any time, get this lad back home, because this guy is absolutely brilliant. And Brad, Diego starting to Brad. What's he saying here? Our head of youth is an goalkeeper, so until we find some props or stuff, we just wasting money.
Yeah, but I think with Dan Ashworth coming in now, he's going to assess all that sort of stuff, and there's probably failings in the past, even like, you know, facility wise and the structures that we've got for players coming through. One of his key things is going to have a pathway for young players to break through, more players to break through with the first team. So whether that's getting more staff in a different direction for the staff we've got, all that will be looked at, I imagine. So we're confident that putting that things in place over the next few, 3 to 5 years, we'll start seeing things happen. But we need to lay the groundwork for that first, and sort of correct a lot of the things that have failed and been the reason why we haven't seen players sort of breaking the first team and coming onto the scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thing is, right? I mean, things can change at our club, and we can make a couple of surprise signings as well. But I agree there. I saw Sanguri lease clause was tweeted, but I doubt our owners are brave enough to sign the next Yaya Toure for 30 mil for a beast. 6'3", this guy is having a fantastic season at PSV Eindhoven, right? And he is the sort of midfielder I love to take. And
yeah, definitely.
Move on to Danielle. Big up to Danielle. Hope you're okay. And I hope you're having a fantastic weekend with the family as well. And I've got one here from Sommer. He said, not Chicho, but can you play this game? Yeah. There you go. There you go. I was convinced by Stevie H initial, but people have pointed out. Having problems with this. I'll start again. I was convinced of Steve Harper initially, but people have pointed out his qualifications and inputs are amazing. Our youth team's results were very poor this year, but it needs to improve. We're talking about the youth players who are coming in. We definitely need some youth players coming in, because Lewis Cass is going to go to Port Vale, and I wish the kid all the best. And he definitely needs some games.
Yeah, no, it's obviously what one of the key things will be is our under-23 squad. We're going to be competing and wanting to be one of the go-to sides and competitive at that sort of level, and that's only going to elevate some of the talent we can bring and nurture in and get them playing at that level, get them playing at the top end of that level, and just naturally sort of in any sort of shining lights within that squad. Obviously highlighted for coming up to the first team and getting some positive like sort of loan deals that certainly suits the player, not just going anywhere, and then make them pathways and avail and options that people have got to be able to actually bring young players through, which is obviously going to be a huge thing for us if we're going over the next looking over the next 10 years where we could be as a team. It's important we have all these structures and we're like sort of like top of the class in that area, because we're going to be that's what we're going to be competitive at a European level.
Yeah, have to agree, because we need to get that sorted out, because at the minute it's just very, very poor. There's a lot of hard work to be done. It could take a couple of years before we have a fantastic youth team as well on 23s. We need to get them all over the country. I know we'd love to get one locally as well. If we can do it locally, that'd be fantastic. But we need to get some decent ones all over the country and get them, mature them, right? And then get them into the first team as well. And that is the only way you're going to do it. And I like that one as well. Yeah, there you go. So, we talked about betting as well. I mean, you look at the Premier League betting, obviously Man City are favourites, but Newcastle are 15-2 favourites to make the top 4.
I didn't know that. Certainly worth a go, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone knows something we don't. It must be anticipating all these players we're going to be signing.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I mean, it depends who we buy, and then I tell you what, that's because of the base of our form from January as well. I've got no coach yesterday, John, as well, but you know what it is, right? I mean, if we can get top 4, I'm not saying we will, but if we do, that would be absolutely amazing for that football club, what Eddie Howe has done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just that's the thing for me. I think, is it possible? Well, especially with the players we signed, of course it's possible, but we shouldn't be too disheartened if obviously we aren't near that, because it's a possibility that we could just be breaking into the top half, and we just don't know how the season's going to go. You don't know how other teams around us are going to be. Some might improve, others might have a poor season and be worse than they were last year. You just don't know how it's going to pan out. But we'll certainly be up there, and anything from like sort of 8th, I think that's more than achievable for us. And the way that the fans are more behind the team, more than we've ever been. So we've got that behind us. Obviously, certainly we're going to bring some top class players in, no doubt about it. I think it's just a matter of when. So yeah, it's going to be an enjoyable season. Put it that way, because, well, I say that, but I can't see us fighting relegation. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Football's a weird game, but no, I don't think there's a minuscule chance that we'll be fighting relegation this season. So to be comfortable is a great thing in itself. So if we can push on even better from there, then, you know, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I have to agree. Totally agree there. But again, depends who we get in. And then if you start well, then who knows? We finished quite well second half of the season, apart from not beating top teams. And we just got away. We just got on with it. And happy days. Top 4's going to be a push. That's the real talk. Chelsea, big up to you, mate. And have our youth results ever been good? Can't remember any success, really. Hopefully, we make some type of improvements next season. And Alex, so a hot take. I'd risk not signing a keeper this year to add more quality further up. If it pays off, we could punch off our weight. But if Stubbs and a couple of defence gets injured, we're in big trouble. This is the thing. Absolutely right. And we need to keep Dubravka fit if we can. But that's what we need to keep at, just to have cover as well. But brilliant point, Alex. Newcastle won't get top 4. We have to be realistic. Top 9, if we're lucky with injuries, unless we spend the Diaby-esque player and striker to help us see the slack of goals, and Miggy and Fiesa. And touching Miggy, big up, guys. Big up to you, mate. I think this week we have Sven Botman, and we also secured Hugo Ekiteke. Yeah, I think you're right there. You could well be right. That means 100 quid is going to go into the food bank as soon as we get Sven Botman signed on the dotted line. I'll be happy to do that. No problems at all. Yeah, I mean, Hugo Ekiteke, it's sad to see what happened to him. He's got an injury as well. Do you think that'll put us off signing him, or do you think you're still going to get the guy?
It probably make us think a bit harder about it. But in terms of, you know, the medical, that's going to show it, unless anything's going to highlight that's anything I say alarming in the longer term, that would put us off, I would imagine. But if it's not as serious as we first thought, and things look in order, I think there'll be no worries from us in signing. But it's all just about that medical. Is it going to be something that could possibly recur, or it's been a problem? That's what's going to come after it. If there's any evidence to support that, is going to be that would be the only reason why we'd back out of it, I imagine. But I'm still hopeful that it's all just going to go ahead as planned. It's just probably a minor hitch that nobody sort of anticipated. But I can't see more on the side of it not being a problem than it will be.
Well, 16. I was going to say he's been injured 3 times in about 16 months. So it's got to be a problem as well with the injury record. I don't know why. Yeah. He's 19 years old, and look, maybe because he's got pace, and that's what causes us to get hamstrings as well. I could be wrong on that, but listen, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm sure he'll be in good hands once we do get the guy. He wants to come to Newcastle now. I think he'll be okay. And like I said, I'll go through these comments as well. Which one have I missed out? Go with Diago. The players go straight on tour with the fixtures, because remember the training ground started last week on the training ground. Yep, they're building the training ground apparently. I'm just happy to go in the new season, not feeling the worst for a relegation battle. Top half finish and cup run is fine by me. You buy Keppel? No, I won't. Keppel? I wouldn't touch him, would you? Nah. Sorry, mate. You could have him. If it's not like a techie, he's gonna be under 23s until he proves his hamstring is settled. I don't think he will be in straight the first team, mate, because we're not going to pay that sort of money, 36 million quid, to put him into the under 23s. But then again, he needs to get match fitness as well. If he can do that, that'd be brilliant. And big up to Mason as well. Guys, we need to buy CDM, like Ibrahim's Zangari. Give us your thoughts because he will be suitable in our squad. I tell you what, mate, I think he'd be suitable 110% because this guy is physical ready for the Premier League. And I think he'll be absolutely a stellar player in that league. I'm telling you, he's got legs. He's 6'3", he can run from midfield. He could be our new Yaya Toy if we can get this guy. But while we're waiting, go and get him.
Yeah. Certainly, you know if the release clause is there as well, it's one for us to activate if I wish to go ahead and the player is keen to join. It's certainly one we will be looking at. I imagine it's probably going to come down to the fact that we need someone of that mould, probably more than someone like Paqueta would bring to us. But obviously, there's the whole sort of something the fans would love to see, and obviously the player wants to move, but it's going to cost us about 50-60 million. So, do we be more pragmatic and go for an alternate player such as Sangari that's going to give us that sort of sitting in a midfield three, one that's going to sit and really be in the engine room and putting the tackles in, and someone. I think that's what we need over. Sort of it's like a head and heart situation, I suppose. In it, we're gonna have to. Paqueta might be one that has to sit and wait out till a later date, I would think, and be more prioritised over something else. It's like we were talking before about buying a younger keeper. A younger keeper is going to cost you, with prospects, going to cost you 40 or 50 million. Someone like Yann Sommer possibly costing you 3 to 5 million. So you're picking and choosing the players that you need for that particular time and what's going to fit in properly. You can't have it all at once. So maybe we're just looking. Yann Sommer could, for example, provide that competition for the next 2 or 3 seasons, and then we bring in someone a few years down the line. So it's just them things that the club are going to be more than capable, and they've got the right people at the club to be able to make them decisions. And with Eddie there, I'm sure we'll make the right choices.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not going to get backed off. It's got to be right for the club. And not just that, there's a character as well. The character's got to be absolutely spot on as well.
Yeah.
It's very good getting the players like Neymar if his attitude ain't right. Do you know what I mean? That ain't going to happen.
No, I don't think. No, people like that. They're not. Someone like Neymar's not going to be lucky to get a huge contract off us. They can certainly not going to get anything like that from us. No chance.
Definitely no chance. If May was on a free, I would not even touch him either. There's no way. No chance. No. And as Foxy's having issues, edge on the strings on his hand. Bless him. Obviously, I'm doing it, but Paul can prove I'm not. I've been a member, launcher, and he was before then that he's banned. Ibrahim Zanari or Fofana, I take either. Both would be upgraded on midfield. If we get one of them, John Tuchel will not be around me, I'm telling you. Excuse me. And big up to Lara G. Good show today. Enjoyed it, John. Thank you very much for joining, Laura. I really appreciate that, man. And you're looking really well. I'm sure you do. And do you mind if I call you Lara G? Let us know. That would be brilliant. And Alex Watson, Sangui, over and over. And didn't we have this little brother? I think I jumped over a couple of messages there. I believe you, Diago, away from Mexico. Big up to now, by the way. So it's just over an hour, and he played his football as well. And that's absolutely fine now. Hope you win, man. And hello to you as well. Got to run, peeps. Over to you now. And Jules, have a good afternoon. Thanks for looking after us. Thanks very much, and take care. And see you soon. Everything. Hi, joining a different location. I just moved a little bit. I'm going to try different locations to see which is suitable, mate. But because of me, problems with me green screen and big up as well. So just changing it about a little bit, see if I can get a better location as well. If not, I'm downstairs. I have to go upstairs soon, see if I can work with that. Then back to Lara G. Lara G, it's fine. Dominic back into trying to rest up. Oh, bless you. Laura, get well soon, Laura, and make sure you take it bloody steady, man, because I don't want you doing your back in. You're still young, and I don't want to bring it back as well. Now I'll say that to Laura. He lost all the lasses, Brad, don't he? He lost all the lasses. Do you know what I mean?
He does. He does.
I tell you what, Maisie's not available, by the way. She's what's in Mexico? Mexico? Yeah. I can say Mexico or say Mexico. Good stuff from Santiago Nunes. 1 goal, 1 assist. Look decent. Probably not ready for the first team. That is the thing. Give a couple more, get them a couple of loan moves, and they'd be absolutely fantastic as well. And Laura said, nice to meet you. It's Foxy. I was in Texas and now in London. Hence why I watch more games in London in Queerfad. Thanks, Laura, you too. And I was asked this question: do you like the lassies? Do you like the lassies, mate? Listen, I do. Who doesn't? That is the thing, man. That's the thing. But Laura is fantastic, and she's quite a young lass, and she is spot on. And my favourite is, but there you go. Go touch on Miggy as well. I mean, he decided to go to steer. His agent's come out and he said that he don't want to leave Newcastle United. He's got 2 years left on his contract as well. Are you happy staying?
Yeah, certainly. I'm happy about that. I'm sure majority of the people are too, but just based on he was in pretty good form coming towards the back end of the season, and he's always one who's gonna fight for the team and provide that bit of competition. Look, we all know his limitations and his end product isn't, but he's but we can't fault. We've all got in perspective and the way we know what he can bring to the table. So he's certainly someone who can provide that competition and cover when he needs to. He's not going to be a first team starter in games, but he's gonna be certainly a good squad player, and that's those type of players of who we're gonna need, and unfortunately, I wouldn't say they sort of know the role in the team and what they're expected to do. They know they're not going to start every game, but they're happy to be there, ready when called upon, and they can try and prove themselves and fight, and hopefully get put themselves in the in Eddie's sights to try and get that starting position. So it's all just good competition. I think at the moment, going into the next year, he's more than capable of pushing the starting wingers on, and which I think can only be a good thing. So yeah, absolutely no worries for him starting unless someone fancies coming in with a 30-40 million pound bid. Which I can't see likely. But no, just certainly no problems with him staying.
Yeah, no problems with me at all. The thing is, though, I want him to stay, but he is going to need to really hit it home this season because he's been getting away with quite a lot. Yeah, but I love his smile, but he's got to deliver on the pitch. Speak to Eddie, ask him where his best position is going to be. Right? Yeah, his best position's a 10 role. Yeah, I have him to number 10. Yeah, because I think personally he's wasted out on wide. He has got to make those runs in the midfield. I want him to 10. And that's his best position, yeah. But at the end of the day, right, that's where he's going to have to be. I'm a big Miggy fan, but I know a lot of people out there and saying that he's just not good enough for Newcastle United to where he takes to be.
No, we know when he gets in the positions in and around the box, we know he can make things happen.
Yeah,
we've seen that happen, but unfortunately, certainly under the Steve Bruce period, he was forced out in a midfield 5 out wide where he's not having much impact on the game and been able to get in the positions where he can make things happen. And he's on naturally. I think in the system he can sort of play out wide in a more attacking system because he can get himself. He can cut inside and get himself in them sort of positions in and around the box. So he's in for the national team. He's more in that sort of focal point for them, and he performs well for them. And despite what we say about anything, national teams or opponents, if he's performing well, then obviously a good reflection on the form that he showed in the back end of the season for us. So hopefully he can bring that into the new season. And I know people have got the saying that he's not good enough and the quality's not there. But I think we've got to take under consideration, like I said before, about the way he was sort of forced into playing under Bruce, which wasn't his natural position, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, I totally agree 110%, but I think, I'll give him another chance and we'll see what happens for last season. I mean, everyone's got a clean slate as far as I know. Let's do it. John's laughing when Niall mentioned Lassie's because I do too. Oh, bless her. She's lovely anyway. We buy Botman. AC Milan doesn't get the packs. Listen, it's AC Milan or Milan. I don't like to call it AC. It's disrespectful for that football club. Yeah, it's either Milan or AC Milan. It's Miggy going to leave course. He only wants to stay because he got the money. I may sound like Ginger, but it's not proven goals and assists, and that is his job. He's on 50k a week, and I don't think no other club's going to pay that sort of money as well. That is the thing. And we'll come to that in a bit as well before we wrap up. Miggy's got energy. He needs more assists and goals as well. That's for Sanji. Big up to you, my guy. We had Mo Sangari, but no relation. We sure did. Big up to Ash as well. Miggy has no end product that often scores 1 or 2 for the national team. I can see where he's coming from in a way. And let's get some more flying as well. I mean, I'm not going to dig off Miggy because I like Miggy, by the way. Make sure you hit subscribe to John. Laura, if you haven't already done so, I'm back and Mod Dudes as I'm running late. Mod showed you to play my footy. Big up. And John, I know he's keeper. I wouldn't want to. Don't mention Jordan Pickford, man. Don't you dare. Miggy scores for fun internationally wise while struggling with us. I find it bizarre. I'll do it as well. I just don't get it. Why he's scoring goals for the national side, but not doing it for us? I just don't get it. It's just a little bit frustrating. But if he does that, we do play attacking football. I think Miggy will be suited now.
Yeah, no, I think certainly worth a chance, and the energy he's got is some of the that you don't see with everybody. So I think give Eddie another season to work with him. he's going to find his slot him into the team. How he sees fit and get that rotation right and give him the opportunity. And I'm sure he will improve next season and bring something to the side and add value to the team which he's going to need to do to try and fight and stay around in the team, because as we're moving forward, obviously players are unfortunately going to be leaving the club. So if he wants to stay, he's going to have to step up, and I do think that he will do that.
I'll do as well. I mean, this could be a big season for Miggy, and I've got a sneaky feeling he's going to be starting in games as well. I think he'll be our first team. I think he'll go above 3 as that. I could be wrong. Miggy's Preston versus Arsenal is just lit. We need to keep one of 3 as our Murphy or Miggy. Which ones do we keep is the question. Miggy does take up a non-EU players in the 25, which is annoying. That's from Alex. Hope everyone's in the chat's doing okay. And Ash is talking to Laura. Ensign is ready for a big move. Pressure. Pope is proven. Dubs for injuries. Age need a move. And George is talking to two of you as well. Obviously, Jag is talking to Alex as well. And Alex is talking to Foxy. Wow. Pope is an Eddie Howe goalie. Though that he's not. He just doesn't play with his feet. Big up to David and Susan. Hope you're okay, my guy. But that's fantastic. Yeah, I don't understand why you don't play to his strengths. Always look more relaxed internationally. I feel he does on edge when he plays club-wise. I hope for a big season for him next season, by the way. I'm going to wrap up these comments as well, because so many, which I think is fantastic. And does anyone to come on mod as well, or do you have enough mods, mate? I know Lucas asked before. Yeah, I'll be chatting to Luke as well. Please welcome. Never from PSG. Never some fishy. I apologize to all go from thinking you're a ginger. That's amazing. Apologizing. And then David Lowe, everyone's saying, I have internet problems. Brian, you're not on your own, mate. I get them sometimes, so I can't lie. Miss most of it now. You watch it on playback. And now said, don't worry, John. You're not. I'm trolling about Jordan Pickford saying that to get back. Goalkeeper, but never the months of Sundays. You're good in Newcastle. If you guys in Newcastle, Brad, I'll be done. I'm done.
No, I can't see that happening.
I can't see it happening either. We do Botman, Paqueta, Henderson, Ekateki. That'll be a great summer window if we can get them. Would you guys take Calvert-Lewin, who's valued at 35 mil? I believe I saw Baz did earlier. I've been supporting it. Me personally, he will not be my first choice. Would you take him? Nah.
No, I don't think for the fee, and the player is proved to be fairly injury prone too. So it's a risk of that money, and it's money that we could spend on someone else or another position more wisely this season. So I would say no.
Yeah, absolutely. Now seeing that John, this green's much better than me. I'm so gutted I haven't got green screen there, sort of thing. But I've got to try a different position on the Macy surely. I see how it goes. He says, not as burly, mate. It's an improvement in your new secret location, which is to keep a low profile. Wow. Thanks very much. Let's take this one. Chatting again. John, does StreamYard does your boxing? It does sometimes. I can't lie. Big up to Ash as well. And high five as well. Yes, high five to you. Appreciate that. And actually, review LinkedIn Connect players. So I sure can't just review anybody for the sake of it. Foxy's talking to Alex and John. When you say it, they say done. Do you mean like at finals will test your club and smash everything up? And no. That means I'm not going to another match if Pickford goes there. I do not want that keeper anywhere in my club at all whatsoever. Right, a good super keeper for attack by an Englishman international is worth a look. He's talking about Nick Pope. Would you take Nick Pope again? He's a decent keeper, but he's not any keeper.
Yeah, I think in circumstances we would, but like you say, for that reason, I can't see him being someone that we actually go for.
Yeah, definitely not. Again, if you do get Nick Pope, then we're going to have to back this guy because wouldn't be my choice, but we're going to have to back him as well. But I'll back anyone that comes in as well. We're going to wrap up that there, Alex, because we've been here for over an hour and 10 minutes, haven't we, sort of thing. And but just read his comments out as well. I know you got things to do as well. What time you're on Macy's show, John? That's what I'm going to tell you about that as well. I'll be on at 6 o'clock tonight, and we'll be doing the transfer show. And you talk about her team and my team as well, and others as well. So it's not a United channel. It's also Newcastle as well. So any Newcastle fans will join Macy's channel, then go on Devils United, and should be so happy to have all the Newcastle fans on there as well. And back on Macy as well, as far as not wanted him since Samba wanted to leave. I mean, he's turned on a new contract, didn't he, Samba? And we got this one here, and then Kelly Shah for Liverpool. I don't think he'll leave. Question, Alex, would you talk about Nunes? He's off to Liverpool, mate, so no chance of getting this guy as well. So, Brad, can you tell the viewers where can you find you, mate, on your socials, mate?
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter, BP_NUFC. So I appreciate any follows on there.
Cool. That's fine. And I'll just go on to now subscribe to Devils United, as John will be going over there for the transfer show. And take care, boo. See you soon. Big up to Gareth. You take care, my guy. And big up to Chris. He's got a fantastic content on this Leicester Till I Die. And I'm absolutely amazed why he's not getting more subscribers. I'm totally gabs that as well. He should be getting a lot more. Out to ASM, last 50 appearances, only one's on the right side, attacking midfield. That's from Alex as well. And he's going to be key next season as well. We've got to keep this guy next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've done a content about him as well that Spurs was after him the other week, and there's no way he's going to leave Newcastle for Tottenham. There's absolutely no way.
No, I can't see that happening.
No way. And Chris, can we have Madaz, please? I'd love to take Lee Madison, 100%. And Alex, take care, my guy. If you want to be a mod, mate, I'll just click on so just leave us a comment, and then I'll just click on the moderator button as well, mate. So you're welcome anytime. Big up to now. Take care for you, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Great impact for the late sub as well. And he scores to the back of the net. So yeah. So that's it then, people. Now say Calvin Lewin. You know my thoughts on him. I wouldn't have him, mate. I wouldn't have him. Not be my choice at all whatsoever. And Chris said, if you take Perez back first. Nunes is exciting in the Premier. Enjoy. Absolutely, if you're a Liverpool fan, mate. So, guys, thanks so much for joining. I'll be back at 6 o'clock tonight on the Macy John Transfer Show on Macy's channel. Devils United is a channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. And if you like my channel, if you like what you're seeing, hit the like button, subscribe button. Also, click on the donation button if you'd like to donate. And also, if you'd like to become a member, only 4 more members away from hitting the magic 50, then please do so, 99p every single month. So don't go and have a word backstage, Brad. And thanks for watching, guys. Yeah. I shall see you guys really, really soon. Watch what you're doing and take care.